Welcome back to Total F1. Today, we're going to discuss about Ron Dennis, one of the most influential figures in F1 over the last 4 decades. In the high-octane world of Formula 1, where precision meets speed and innovation is the key to victory, few names resonate with as much authority and success as Ron Dennis. A visionary leader, meticulous strategist, and relentless perfectionist, Dennis carved his name into the annals of motorsport history. With a career spanning decades, he not only revolutionized the way Formula 1 teams operate, but also left an indelible mark on the sport's ethos. We are going to discuss about his great Formula 1 journey from A to Z in detail. But before we proceed, hit the subscribe button and smash the bell icon for more exciting updates. Ron Dennis was born and raised in Woking, England. He kicked off his journey in the Formula 1 world at the age of 18, starting as a mechanic for the Cooper Formula 1 team in 1966. He worked alongside lead driver Jochen Rindt. When Rindt moved to Brabham in 1968, Dennis went along. In 1969, Rindt joined Team Lotus, but Dennis opted to continue working for Sir Jack Brabham. When Brabham retired in 1971, Dennis, alongside with colleague Neil Trundle, decided to establish their own team. They founded Rondell Racing in Woking, with sponsorship from Tony Vlasopoulos, facilitated by Dennis's girlfriend. This marked the beginning of Dennis's entrepreneurial journey in the high-stakes world of Formula 1. In the mid-1970s, Ron Dennis's racing team, Rondell, achieved significant success in Formula 2. Wanting to step up to Formula 1, Dennis secured additional sponsorships from Motul. However, due to the energy crisis, Motul's support was impacted, and Dennis struggled to gather enough funds for an F1 car. Consequently, his partners Vlasopoulos and Grob took over the team, renaming it Token Racing. Undeterred, Dennis formed a new team, Project 3, backed by Marlboro, and found success in Formula 2. In 1976, he established Project 4 Racing, winning championships in Formula 2 and 3 in 1979 and 1980, with financial backing from Marlboro. As his business ventures flourished, Dennis aimed to re-enter Formula 1, hiring designer John Barnard for an innovative F1 car development. His second arrival to the premium category of motorsport was a perfectly timed one. Before Ron Dennis joined McLaren in September 1980, the team was in a rough patch, lacking competitiveness. Their last Grand Prix win was in 1977 with James Hunt, and in 1980, they finished 9th in the Constructors' Championship. Recognizing the potential of a young French driver, Alain Prost, Dennis couldn't prevent him from joining Renault in 1981, a season where McLaren's rivals were winning races. In 1981, Dennis and his partners took over McLaren, buying out other shareholders. In 1983, he brought in Mansour Ogier, a supporter of Williams, as a McLaren partner. Ogier invested in turbocharged engines from Porsche, carrying the name of his company, TAG. This move marked a significant step in McLaren's resurgence. In 1982, Ron Dennis convinced retired Niki Lauda to return to Formula 1, joining McLaren alongside John Watson. The duo secured 2 victories each that season. In 1983, McLaren introduced the Porsche-powered MP4 1E interim chassis and eventually switched to turbocharged engines, becoming McLaren TAG. Major investor Mansour Ogier took 60% of the shares, and Alain Prost replaced Watson. In 1984, with the revolutionary MP4/2 car, McLaren dominated, winning 12 out of 16 races and securing both drivers' and constructors' titles. Lauda claimed the driver's title. In 1985, Prost won the championship, while Lauda announced his permanent retirement. In 1986, McLaren lost to Williams, despite Prost winning the driver's title. Another talented driver, Keke Rosberg, replaced Lauda, retiring at the end of the season. In 1987, Ron Dennis signed Stefan Johansson to partner with Alain Prost at McLaren. However, realizing the tag engine's decline, Dennis sought a new engine supplier and approached Honda, who transferred from Williams due to conflicts. Initially planning to sign Ayrton Senna, Dennis secured the Brazilian midway through 1987. In 1988, McLaren, powered by Honda, dominated the season, winning 15 out of 16 races and both titles. Senna won his first World Championship, narrowly beating Prost. Despite the team's success, tensions between the drivers, notably seen in a controversial incident in the Portuguese Grand Prix, had to be managed by Dennis. In 1989, tensions between McLaren drivers Alain Prost and Ayrton Senna reached a breaking point. A promised agreement before the San Marino Grand Prix was broken by Senna, causing resentment from Prost. The strained relationship escalated as Prost announced his move to Ferrari in 1990 and publicly criticized McLaren and Honda, accusing them of favoring Senna. The situation worsened at the Italian Grand Prix, where Prost dropped his winner's trophy and expressed his discontent. The climax occurred at the Japanese Grand Prix, where Prost and Senna collided, leading to Prost's disqualification and Senna's third World Championship. In the early 1990s, McLaren continued its Formula One dominance with Ayrton Senna, winning consecutive titles in 1990 and 1991. However, by 1992, Williams became the leading team, and McLaren struggled for 7 years without winning a title. The loss of Honda power in 1993 led Ron Dennis to negotiate with Ford and Benetton for competitive engines. Unsuccessful partnerships with Peugeot followed in 1994, and Dennis finally secured a deal with Mercedes-Benz in 1995, lasting until 2014. The initial McLaren-Mercedes years were challenging, facing engine and chassis issues. Nigel Mansell's brief tenure in 1995 was marked by fit problems, and Mika Häkkinen emerged as the team's leader. Despite Häkkinen's head injury in 1995, McLaren regained dominance in the mid-90s. In 1996, Dennis recruited star designer Adrian Newey, leading to McLaren's success in 1998, with both drivers' and constructors' titles. Another driver's title came in 1999, but Ferrari secured the constructors' title. In 2000, Ron Dennis received the Commander of the Most Excellent Order of the British Empire. In 2001, Jaguar's attempt to lure designer Adrian Newey from McLaren was thwarted, with a unique deal signed between Dennis and Newey, allowing him to design racing yachts. Team leader Mika Häkkinen decided to retire from the sport in 2001, and Dennis signed Kimi Räikkönen as his replacement. In the year 2005, McLaren had a strong performance, but narrowly lost to Renault in both championships. The departure of Adrian Newey to Red Bull Racing in 2006 became a big blow to McLaren's Formula One campaign. McLaren secured a £500 million title sponsorship deal with Vodafone in December 2005 and signed world champion Fernando Alonso in 2007. Despite a challenging 2006 season, McLaren focused on developing the MP4 22 car for the following year. In the 2007 Formula One season, McLaren was a strong contender for the championships, with Fernando Alonso and Lewis Hamilton competing for the driver's title. However, internal conflicts between Alonso and Hamilton affected the team's performance. Team boss Ron Dennis, who emphasized equal treatment for drivers, later admitted they were essentially racing Alonso. This approach, though consistent with Dennis's philosophy, led to criticism and ultimately cost McLaren the championship. The season was also marked by the infamous espionage controversy, where McLaren was implicated in the theft and use of Ferrari intellectual property, resulting in a record $100 million fine, and the team being stripped of all Constructor Championship points for the season. Ron Dennis initially owned all of McLaren, after buying it from the original shareholders following Bruce McLaren's death. In 1983, he offered Mansour Ogier the chance to buy 50% of the team, making it a joint venture with Ogier's Tag Group. In 2000, Daimler Chrysler AG, which supplied engines to McLaren through its Mercedes subsidiary, bought 40% of the tagged McLaren group. Dennis and Ogier each kept a 30% share. In 2006, there were reports that Daimler was thinking of buying the remaining 60% of McLaren, but in January 2007, the Mumtalakat holding company from Bahrain bought 15% from both Dennis and Ogier. In 2009, Mercedes bought Braun GP, and McLaren planned to buy back Daimler's 40% share over 2 years. The shares were then split, with Mumtalakat holding company taking 50% and Dennis and Ogier each receiving 25%. Dennis stepped down as McLaren's CEO in 2009, letting Martin Whitmarsh take over. However, Dennis returned in 2014, intending to seek investment for a controlling interest in the company. His attempts failed, and reports say his relationship with Ogier became difficult by 2013. In October 2016, Ogier discussed Dennis's exit from McLaren, and in November 2016, Dennis lost a court case, leading to his suspension as chairman. Dennis's contract expired in January 2017, and in June 2017, he agreed to sell his remaining shares in both the McLaren Technology Group and McLaren Automotive. Ron Dennis had been involved in various companies alongside his main focus, McLaren Technology Group. In 1997, Lindy Redding presented Dennis with a business plan to start a catering company, and they officially founded Absolute Taste in 1998. The company was later acquired by One Event Management in December 2016. Until 2019, Dennis worked as a business ambassador for the UK government, specifically the Department of International Trade. He also serves as a global advisor for the Chinese investment group Minsheng Investment. Dennis, alongside with Mansour Ogier, purchased the luxury watchmaker Heuer, creating Tag Heuer. They sold a significant share to LVMH in 1999. In 2007, Dennis established the charity Dream Chasing, with focuses on helping young people achieve their goals and become role models. The charity's first initiatives supported families in Ethiopia through a sponsorship program in collaboration with Feeder International Charity, lifting over 40 families out of poverty and covering education costs for some. Recently, Ron Dennis had been knighted in the latest New Year's honours list by King Charles III. He is recognised for his contributions to industry and charity, especially for his role in achieving multiple titles in Formula One. In the world of Formula One, Ron Dennis is more than a leader. He is a legend. From steering McLaren to countless victories, to his impactful contributions in industry and charity, Dennis's journey is one of inspiration. As we conclude this glimpse into his remarkable life, let's celebrate a man who not only redefined racing excellence, but also exemplified resilience and philanthropy. Ron Dennis is a true icon in every sense. What do you think about Ron Dennis's Formula One journey? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. Thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel to get more exciting Formula One news. See you in the next video, guys. Goodbye.